Good morning, good morning. Hey everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Maki, thank you for the lurk. Moza, thank you for being here. Puffa, good morning, man. How are you? How's everybody? So yeah, we're back to our regular stream slash podcast. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be talking about gear. I'm still tired from last week, but we're going to get into it. Hopefully we break down a lot of the gear that I have. So first off, if you're new here, my name is Jonathan Cabrera. I make content and I'm a filmmaker on YouTube and Twitch. If that's something you're interested in, be sure to hit the follow button on Twitch and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content like this. So today we're going to be talking about gear. And I've got quite a bit of gear. I am trying to think of how I want to break this down. Do I want to talk about my gear? Do I want to start creating little gear kits for people who want to, pop into filmmaking? Bro, my sleep schedule is fucked. I subbed. Can I be your number one fan? Maki, you can be my number one fan, man. No problem. Not a problem at all. So, yeah, I mean, gear can be expensive. I think I have if I think about it, I have probably over $6,000 worth of gear. And it's paid itself off, obviously, in time. And, you just got to keep grinding out work and keep making content. And I actually use some of my gear, for streaming live. So right now I'm using my A7S II, which is a full frame camera, and I'm using a big light with a big light dome, using a aperture 120D. So that's how, I look crisp, clear, and that's what I stream through. So it's a very, that's why it looks so good. Damn, 6K in gear. Yeah, I mean, it pays itself off, man. It really does. Wow, 6K quality. Yeah, this is what. So if the light's around, if the camera's around 3, this is how a $3,000 camera looks. And my light is around 1K. So I'll break down what light it is and all that stuff. But I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad to be back. I got to figure out, I got to keep doing this so I get better. $3,000 camera. And the reason I got it is because I wanted it. I wanted this camera. Jay, I think there's another reason you look so good. Thanks, man. That's like $100 skins, bro. It is, man. So basically my gear, I can use it for anything. I can do interviews. I can shoot a documentary. I can shoot YouTube videos. I can stream on Twitch, and I can, do conference talks, which is something that I do. And I'm going to show the quality of these videos that I've shot over time. And, I'm going to be showing client work as well after the breakdown. Adult films. Yeah, I could shoot adult films if I need to, if I need to make some money, I can shoot adult films, So basically the gear looks like this. I have a website, but it's not really, up and running. But, a couple things that I have. Let's see if I can zoom this in a bit. So this is basically all my gear. It doesn't look like a lot. Actually, I think everything is here. But we've got, the A7S II. I think I have this linked. No, I don't have it linked. But so this is the camera that I'm actually using. iPhone 12 Pro, GG. Yeah, I use, the iPhone. I feel like, honestly, if I had to be completely honest, it's getting close to my $3,000 camera. A $1,000 phone is getting so close. This phone right here, literally this phone, it's getting so close to camera quality, but I still don't see myself using it as my main camera. That's why I didn't buy a camera. There's, having different focal lengths with a lens is completely different than the iPhone, and I prefer that. there's just a quality to it, and bought a phone instead for stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious to see how my phone would look. So this camera, I bought this A7S III in 2017. It came out in 2015. I think they still sell it. This is an old camera. It's $2,500. Still $25, which is insane. Because personally, there's an A7S III that's out, but it's such a good camera. It has such good quality. I've pretty much, stuck with this camera since 2017, and I've still, recently I've been using a different camera, but I still have this one, as a backup, or I use it for YouTube and all that stuff. So $2,500 gets you the body of this camera. And if you want to get the newest and latest version, it's actually the A7S III, which is, I don't know why it's $4,000 right here, but on B&H it's around $3,500. So this camera is $3,500. Who's messaging me on Discord? I think it's just all the Discords. It's just all the notifications, which I didn't want it to be a bother, but it sounds like it is. So let me turn off notifications. And I'll turn them back on later. So I pretty much bought this camera because it's full frame. If you don't know what that means, so whenever you put a lens on it, if you put a 24mm lens, then it's going to be 24mm. That's what a full frame does. Whereas if you get a cropped sensor, so like if you get a cheaper version of this camera that has a crop sensor, when you put a 24 on it, it might actually be like a 50. So it might have like a 1.5 crop on it. So you don't actually get to use the focal length of that lens. So that's why somebody would go for a full frame camera like this. Tell me about the digital camera versus that camera. What digital camera versus this camera? Like what kind of digital camera? What do you mean, Maki? Because this camera is digital. Like it's not, this isn't film or anything. Like there are 3 types of cameras. Okay, so you mean like a DSLR, a mirrorless, and film? Is that what you mean? Yes. Okay, so a DSLR is something that's going to be cheaper. That's something like with the Canon. I feel like, so mirrorless, it's going to be a lot tinier. And, to look up the breakdown, I'll look it up. Mirrorless versus DSLR. So 10 key differences. So usually in DSLRs, there's actually a mirror inside of the camera. A mirrorless doesn't have that mirror. It's just straight from the sensor to the viewfinder, and that's pretty much it. It's a lot quicker to use, I guess. I feel like DSLRs are a lot cheaper too. Yeah, it's just a quicker process, it's just fancier. So digital is better than DSLR. Mirrorless, you mean mirrorless is better. Because DSLR is digital. So it's mirrorless or digital. And when you're doing DSLRs, it's that image being reflected onto a mirror and then going straight to the sensor. Whereas a mirrorless, it's going to go straight through the lens, through the sensor, to you, instead of reflecting off something and just giving you a nicer image. So right now you're looking at me through a mirrorless camera, which looks really clean and, just nicer. That's just how they were made. That's just how DSLRs are made. I don't know. When they start taking out that mirror, the camera's a lot smaller. So I don't think I have my other camera here, but without that mirror, you're making a smaller camera, and you're able to it's better to travel with, honestly. It's a lot easier. So along with a full frame camera like this, you're going to want to get a lens. And there are two different types of lenses. And you can get a prime lens, which is just one fixed focal length, which is like a 24 millimeter. That's it. No other focal lengths. You can't zoom in or zoom out. That's what a prime lens is. And then you have telephoto lenses, which are, going to give you a lot more range. So me personally, what I do is I use a 24 through 70 millimeter. This gives me 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 through 70, like all those focal lengths. And that's extremely useful because, well, you can get any type of angle. If I need to zoom in, then I can. If I need to get a wide, then I can. And that's, perfect. So this lens is going to cost you around $700. So we're already over 3K. So I've already spent 3K. And I think that this is actually a good combo for anybody trying to, start filmmaking. I know it's pricey. I want to kind of break down a smaller kit, but this is my current kit. So we're just going to be talking about that right now. I want to get another camera someday for stream, but I think I'm going to wait quite a bit. So the cool thing though, Puffa, is that you can actually get a cheap DSLR, like a cheap one, okay? Maybe less than $500, like less than 500, depending where you get it or find it. And you can get a nice lens for it for like not even $100, I think. You can get a nice lens for not even $100. And you can plug that into a cam link, whatever, a $20 cam link, and literally have high quality like this, as long as you have some type of good lighting. So yeah, $3,000 right here. This isn't including like the card that I use or any of that stuff. So I actually use, because I shoot a lot, I have a 256 gigabyte card. So this is about 5 hours of 4K footage. Thank you, Calico, for the 100 biddies. Appreciate it. Also, if I stop talking, I'm working. Completely understand, Maki. No worries, man. Get that work done. So I use a 256 gigabyte card. This is going to give me... So I shoot everything in 4K. I can shoot in 1080p, but I choose to shoot in 4K just in case if I'm doing an interview, a conference, then I need to be able to zoom in the camera, basically. I need to crop in to get closer if necessary. I'll show you guys how that looks. And honestly, I've had this card for so long that it's actually the paper right here that says 256, it's starting to come off, and it's getting old and tired and all that stuff, but I still use it. So this card is around, let's see how much this card is. So this card is $60 from $100. That, I don't know if that, it's $100. So let's start tallying this up. So I'm gonna open up a new document real quick. That's why I'm right here. So we've got A7S 2, not including tax, 2,500. We've got the lens, 700. SD card, $100. Damn, a little baby 256. Yeah, man, it's $100, but it's on sale right now for 60. But we're gonna say 100. Okay. So next up, I got batteries. I've got 3 batteries that I use. A7S 2 battery, These are expensive, but they're expensive, but I highly recommend buying the Sony brand. Don't ever buy off-brand batteries if you're using this professionally. You know, if I'm streaming right now, I can use a little dummy battery. Who cares? But always recommend the Sony battery because it's actually better and holds a charge. So this is a Z battery. That's not what I use. Okay. So this looks like the battery. $80, which sounds about right. I bought a couple Sony batteries and yeah, $80. So I bought 2 batteries. So we're going to write that down. Batteries are going to be $80 each. 80 each. And so for what I do for shooting, running and gunning, shooting interviews, and literally walking around, I use an external battery to charge this. So the charger that I use is actually a little USB battery, which is a good tip, I think. So it's basically like this, the little charger. I put both batteries on. While I'm working, I connect it to the external battery, and then I charge while I'm walking around. So when one battery dies, I already have 2 charging in my backpack. It's really smart. The client, whoever you're with, they're going to be impressed because you've had batteries all day. So I definitely recommend that. I remember going on a shoot or an interview or a conference, and I'm walking around, and while I'm walking around, they're like, hey, your battery, how are you doing on batteries? Fully charged? Oh, really? Wow. Okay. So that's how, you know, that works out, which is really nice. You know, they recognize that you're prepared. So I definitely recommend getting an external battery. It's low-key a lot, but I feel like you could just get one thing at a time. Yeah, it's definitely possible to just buy one thing at a time. You know, you don't have to. So my process of buying this stuff, okay? I didn't have all this at once. The first thing I bought was the camera. All I had was the camera body for a little while. Then I told myself, okay, let me buy a lens. I bought one lens, a 24, to vlog with. That's all I needed at the time. But when I started posting YouTube videos, started talking with people, I realized that, you know, I need a zoom lens. I need a lens that I can zoom in on to take photos. So the 24, I could take portraits and photos and, you know, other stuff that I had, I could sell for this zoom lens. So, you know, I ended up selling the 24, and whatever money I had gathered from the little side hustles, I bought the zoom lens. I bought the zoom lens that I needed to do more work from. So that really, you know, helped me out. So it's like, if you can buy a cheap lens, like a 50 millimeter, you can do literally anything with a 50 millimeter lens. Anything. With any camera you have, it's going to look good. It's a cheap lens. I think, honestly, you can literally type in, check this out. So let's say I just bought this camera. Okay, and I need a lens. All right, let's look up a 50 millimeter. So this is a 50 right here, just, you know, your standard lens. Let's see what the price is. $200, okay? $200, and you can probably find this lens used somewhere for less than $100 on eBay or B&H or something like that. It's so easy. This lens is so versatile. You can literally do anything with it. And you can even find off-brand 50 millimeters. So like, if I go 50 millimeter E-mount, so let's see, we've got a 109. We already just beat the price of the other one that was $200. 109. 16 to 50, 123. Like, it's really not not that hard to just kind of look through them, you know, because there's so many different brands and they're gonna look good. 200, damn, that's like one fishing stream. GG, JK. No, you're right, it's expensive, but it's like, if you're getting the work, then you're fine. You know what I mean? You're gonna work it off easy. So I've got an external battery that I've had for years, going back to, you know, how I shoot stuff. So I have an Anchor battery. I believe it's 2100 amps, not amps, but yeah, it's milliamps, my bad. So the one that I have, it's actually this one right here, 50 bucks. This thing has lasted me, I don't even know when I bought this, maybe 2017, and it still holds a charge. And I literally charge my phone, my batteries, everything off of this thing. So like, let's say I go on a trip or something, and they don't have, I'm out a lot and I don't have like outlets and stuff. Literally, I just need this. I can charge up my camera, charge up my phone, not a problem. So I definitely recommend getting an external battery. This is my laptop. Okay, so my laptop for editing, for the longest time, I didn't have a laptop. And this is because I didn't have as much work. But once I started accumulating work, clients getting a little bit bigger, I pulled the trigger on a computer. And the problem with that, the only problem that I have with this, I upgraded everything, and we can kind of go and break this down. Like, we can go on Apple's website and I'll build a computer here. For $100 more, I could have upgraded my graphics card. And I don't know why I didn't do that. Like, I should have, for $100 more, I should have upgraded it because it paid itself off so quick. And now I'm actually having graphics problems with my computer. So, you know, I can still edit off it, but it's not as fast. Yes, chat can set a budget. Chat can set a budget for us. For me. And I can create a kit. I can create a kit after I finish talking about all my stuff. Yeah, of course. No problem. We'll break this down and then I can, you know, have a budget set up. And then I can just pretty much break it down for you guys. So, you know, let's take a look at Apple really quick. And let's build a computer. This is the computer that I would get now. If I could buy a computer, I would get this now. So, you know, there's two options. We've got the iMac and the MacBook Pro. We're going to go the laptop route because honestly, nowadays, I'm not seeing myself needing a laptop as much. A desktop would be a lot more in my realm. So let's build a iMac right now. And you know what? I want to buy it like right now. But I can't. I can buy it right now, but I'm not gonna buy it right on stream. And this goes for any content creator, any filmmaker. I know that you can create with anything. Don't get me wrong. Okay? You can literally create with the lowest budget computer here and not have a problem. For me, I need to start. Sometimes you need to invest in the biggest thing. And it's going to last you forever. So if I do buy an iMac, I need this shit to last me a long, long time. So, in creating my iMac, Puffa, thank you for the biddies, man. 50, get the better one, baby. How many bits do you need? How many bits do I need? Oof, so much. Q. Okay. So, this computer, iMac, 3.8, 8-core, 10th gen. I know you guys, some people don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I'll explain it. We got 8 gigabytes of RAM, 8 gigabyte graphics card, 512 gigabyte SSD, gigabyte Ethernet, Magic Mouse, Magic Keyboard. So, first thing I would do is, it's talking about the display. Nano texture glass is going to be the reflection. So if you have like a lot of sun coming on to your screen, Then you're going to want the nano texture glass, $300. It's really pricey. If I could, I probably will get the nano texture glass, but just for the sake of it, let's say no. We've got a 10th gen 8-core processor. Then we have a 10-core 10th gen i9. The computer that I'm editing on right now has 4 cores. Okay? Either way, I'm doubling the amount of cores, and I'd be fine with 8 cores. But for the sake of being prepared, I would go with the 10th gen 10-core processors, i9. So that moves us up to 2700. Great tip on these iMacs. On these 27-inch iMacs, you can put your own RAM inside of it. So do not buy RAM for this computer. Don't. You'll save money. If you want 64 gigs, you can buy 64 gigs for like $200. Okay? Maybe half of this. Maybe 500. I don't remember. But you can definitely upgrade it without this. So get the 8 gigabytes. You don't want any of this. They overcharge. 2600 for 128 gigabytes of RAM. I don't even use that much. Right now, I'm currently using 16 gigabytes of RAM, doing what I do. Too much. Don't do it. Graphics card. This is where I skimped out, where I regret it. I have a 2 gigabyte graphics card in here. Either way, 8 gigabytes. I'm already doubling. I'm looking good. But I would go with the highest. That's going to be another 500. You can't change that yourself. So with 16 gigabytes of DDR6 memory, which is a lot. So instead of doubling, I'm tripling it. No, not tripling. Quadruple? I'm quadrupling it. 16 gigabytes. Okay. So we're at $3,200. Now we're going to add, me personally, I edit off my, on my laptop, I have 1 terabyte of SSD. I use it. I use all of it. So off this desktop, I obviously have internal storage and stuff. $3,400. Okay. So $3,400 without including the RAM, might be looking at, you know, depending, maybe 36, 37. So that's pretty much the build. And, you know, looking at this being 3,400 right now or 36, I spent on my laptop, I spent $2,900, and it has half of this. You know what I mean? It's really, the desktop is obviously going to be more worth it. It's definitely more, it's worth it. See, I would go an AMD PC build because I can always upgrade, and plus the newest AMD CPUs are leagues ahead of Intel's offerings, especially in workstation applications. I agree with you. I agree that AMD is ahead of the game. But regardless, I'm in this, I have a PC down here that I want to upgrade and I wanted to edit off of. But obviously the GPU shortage and all that stuff, it's crazy. But I'm in this Apple ecosystem, you know, and I've kind of trying to get my head wrapped around what's going to get the job done, what's going to complete all my work. So regardless of AMD being the superior, I know this. I know that AMD's better, you know. Will Intel work for me regardless? Because that's what I'm working off of now. I'm working off Intel, you know. So if I'm working on like an 8th gen processor that doesn't have all these capabilities and still getting my work done, the Intel iMac 10th gen is going to work for me. You know what I mean? And as a creator, it's going to help me keep pushing out more content consistently, you know? And yeah, I have my PC build and eventually I will upgrade it, but I don't know what the future is, you know? And like even getting a laptop, even getting one of the 9th gen laptops from Apple, it would still be better than this MacBook that I'm working on now because they just started upgrading the cores a lot more and the processors, you know? So it just really depends on what you're working on. But, and I know you can build a PC just as good for this for maybe half the price, half of it. But I'm in that ecosystem, it's available, and it'll get, my job done. And I'm able to pay it off quick because I have that, consistent amount of work. So it helps, Real quick, guys, it's been 30 minutes. I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. Be right back. That's the wrong one. Okay, we're back. So, that's around 34, but I paid $29 for mine. There was no tax at the time for B&H. So, for the battery charger, while I walk around and shoot stuff, that was about 20 bucks. $20. Batteries, battery charger, external battery. Around 50. We're just taking like the rounded up. 50. Computer. My computer was $2,900. Remember, this stuff pays itself off. So I did that. What else do I have on my page? AirPods. Yeah, I got those for around... I use AirPods for editing when I'm on the go. When I'm here, these headphones, I spent like maybe $50 on headphones. So AirPods were around $150, I believe, or $200. $200. What are these called? Audio-Technica headphones. I'm not going to spell it right. It's fine. Technica, about 50 bucks, which are great quality. My drone at the time. Whew. So I have a Mavic Pro 2. Why did I get this drone? Why did I get it? Because it's literally the best on the market. I've only flown DJI, and I'll never fly with another drone company. These guys were the ones who came out first with the drone. They're proving their technology is, the best out there. And I would just stick with them, It's like saying, oh, I'm going to stick with Apple, or I'm going to stick with Sony, I know that Sony knows how to make a camera. I know that Apple knows how to make a computer. And that's why I use DJI. So... this drone, how much did this drone cost me? Get out of my face. No, that's the wrong one. DJI, where's the Mavic? Mavic 2. There were two options for this drone. Fixed lens or zoom lens. Now the zoom lens, earlier I said that I got the zoom lens on my camera to, be able to zoom in and out. And for, a drone, I just need that wide shot. That's all I need. That's all anybody needs, a wide shot. You don't need to zoom in, zoom out. No, I just don't, you just don't need it. So, this drone, I don't know when this drone came out. Came out a while ago. So, I only got the Pro version. Oh man, it was $15.99. Wow. I don't remember spending that much on it at all. But it's the top of the line. It's their, it's old, but it's still relevant. It has, at the time it had, so we shoot on a codec, which is like your video file, which is MP4, H.264. And this one has the newest codec, H.265. So it's still a relevant camera. It's still a relevant drone. I'm up to date and I can edit drone footage with that format, that codec. And there's a lot of details, specifically that I've learned while buying, the DJI Mini 2 or any of that stuff. I'll never go back to buying one of the cheaper ones. I'll always stick with the Pro version because it's more it's going to be the most reliable drone. You know, when you skimp out, when you get these cheaper versions, you have to really think about what you're going to use it for. And for this, I travel, I want people to see the whole world through this lens, so the Pro version makes sense. Now, if I was just like a little hobbyist or something, then I would get something like the Air and just shoot in my backyard or shoot around like lakes or something, you know, but no, I don't do that. So we're looking at $1,700 because I bought one extra battery. I only shoot with 2 batteries. So $1,700 for a drone. Then that needs a card. So let's see. 64 micro SD card. I could shoot, you know, use a higher card, but so this card's only $13. Not really a lot. 13 bucks. 13 bucks for a card. So micro SD card, $14. I'm gonna say $15. $15. Light work, bro. Light work. iPhone, that's like $1,200. I don't really use it, but it's in the kit just in case. What if my camera dies? I got my iPhone. That's like $1,200. iPhone 12 Pro. I do like the wide lens on this. Tripod. I use Manfrotto tripod. It's very tiny, portable. Tripod depending. So I don't have a ball head for this thing. But if you get like the whole kit, it's around $200 for a tripod. That's ridiculous. $200. Then the ball head, I use a very simple ball head. It's like the GorillaPod ball head. Which is $40. Shit. So we're already at $240 for the tripod and the ball head. Just looking at these prices are messing me up. I spent how much? So for interviews, for talks, for documentary type stuff, I have a Tascam. These are wireless microphones. I use this one. It's $200. I have 2. Here's the Tascam. It's very tiny, very light. I actually have it right here. I have it right here with me. I recommend this brand. Probably one of the best brands to, you know, use. Ooh. Very tiny, very portable, very light. This is literally it. This is the microphone that I use for YouTube videos, interviews, documentaries. This is my hand. It literally just fits in my hand. Nothing too crazy. And then here's the lav that goes with it. Super simple. I got 2 of them. So that's gonna be around $400. I finally bought a second one. I was tired of buying it off Amazon and then returning it. Let's see. This is just an external. No, this is just a travel battery. This is my bag that I use to travel with. Do I really need to break that down? I guess so. So this is the bag that I use. I actually made a video on this. Actually, why show the website when I could just show the video? So basically, I have one bag that I use. And one second, I'm signing into my YouTube. And I literally put my drone, all my camera stuff, and all my clothes in this one bag. And that's pretty much what it's made for. I mean, the little bag inside becomes another bag. And I think the bag itself... Shoot, how much was this bag? I don't even know how much this bag was. How much was this bag? Let me actually look up how much this bag was.
Hey everyone, on today's video we're going to be doing a quick unboxing. Let me see, the Peter McKinnon and Nomadic backpack collaboration. I bought this because it's supposed to be an all-around good camera bag and it's supposed to be good for
This bag was... Dun 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 dun.
Kickstarter.
Hold up, trying to load it up.
Obviously other influencers got it earlier and they made videos about it, but this is the
So this is like a universal bag. It's for everything.
person who's got it.
I spent $400
Now if you don't
on a travel bag. 400.
YouTuber, all you have to do is type them in on YouTube and there you go.
$400.
Nomadic as well. They're a pretty good company. They got this specifically. But
It's very good quality. I've thrown this shit on conveyor belts. It's gotten rained on.
this is actually
It's scuffed up.
start opening up. The material feels. I have no idea. It just feels really good. Feels.
There's a front pocket for clothes. That expands.
Oh, this is a nice side pocket.
There's a tripod side pocket, which is very useful. I always have that like on the side.
Drink. Okay, this is.
That's to take out my camera if I'm using it. But I never use it like that.
That's really good.
That's too much.
This is for
This is the drone pouch right here.
on a little pocket.
I've actually taken all this out. I use it for clothes.
Everyday bag. Camera. What I wanted, it looks good. It's good material. I'm not sure if it's weatherproof. Let's turn into.
So that little bag turned into another. So the drone bag turned into another bag, which is where I put my gear, and I walk around with this. And that's it's way more convenient. It's a lot more convenient than having that big bag on my back. So it's a pretty useful bag. I mean, sir, what's up, man? So, $400 on a bag. That was for the $400 bag. I know it's a little much, but oh look, I didn't put the stuff that needed to be at the end of this video. So $400 for the bag. It seems excessive, right? So let's talk about the light. I'm using one light right now to light myself. I use one light for YouTube videos. I use one light for interviews and just stuff like that. So I use... Now, there have been other versions of this light. And yeah, I mean, there's new versions that are $400, but... And then there's a second version. It's $745 for the newer version of this light. It was around $700 when I bought it. But along with that, you have to buy a light dome, which is what I have. So, you know, it can actually come out to... Let's see. The light dome was like... it wasn't 200. Or was it 200? Did I spend 200? So I spent around about 900 on a light, less than 1,000, and it's broken. So like it's still working now, but if I go up to 100, it starts flickering, And if I go below to 98 below, it's flickering. But if it's on 99, it's brighter than 100 and it doesn't flicker. So yeah, I need a new light. Oh, I need a couple things, but I've just got to wait. So I spent over 1K on a light. So let's I'm gonna calculate everything for this whole set of stuff. It's not everything here, like my mouse and keyboard and cam link, that doesn't really matter, but for the gear that I use now when I go on shoots and stuff, I'm gonna calculate how much it is. So we've got 2,500 for the camera, 700 for the lens, 100 for the SD card, 160 because for 2 batteries, 80 each, battery charger, 29 for the computer, 200 for AirPods, 50 for the other headphones, 1,700 for the drone, 15 for the card, 12 for the iPhone because I use that as well, 200 for the tripod, 40 for the ball head, 400 for the 2 task cams, 400 for the backpack, and 1,000 for the light. Now, I'm starting to have a little headache because I realized that I said I spent 6K on all this stuff, around 6 grand. Calculating it, I've spent over 11K. So I spent over $11,000 on camera gear. Crap. That's kind of a lot. 11K is a lot. I'm not going to lie. It seems like a little excessive. I kind of seems like I can open up a studio or something for that amount. That's a ton. 11K, I just kind of want to, I'm kind of soaking that in right now. That's a lot. But like I said, it pays, it pays itself off. Jeez. Oh man. What have I done? What have I done? What did I do? So, we're about an hour in, and I feel like I should talk about why specifically I bought this gear, why I bought everything, why the brands. Moza, I don't know if you want to give me a budget to make a new kit for everybody who's like, depending on what that kit is, let me know. So the reason I went with Sony is because it's not that crazy of a reason why I went with the Sony brand cameras. I remember seeing a video with the A7S II, and the video was shot with just the camera body itself, some random lens, I don't know what lens, but you could shoot video on this thing with just moonlight. And at the time, it was just the A7S I believe it was the A7S 1. And I was like, just completely shook, like mind blown, like, whoa, you're telling me that you can shoot a video with just straight up moonlight with this camera? That's insane. And there's no grain and it looks perfect. So obviously at the time I couldn't afford the camera. I waited a couple years. The second one came out. I purchased it. I looked into the specs. I didn't really look into the specs as much as I should have, which is, ridiculous. You should check out the specs. Why are you buying a camera What do you need it for? I bought it because it was like this expensive full frame camera. Sony is pretty much like leading the charge for video. The video is crisp, clear, 4K. It's just really nice. I think that, and I was shooting on Canon at the time, but it's kind of like, it doesn't matter what you shoot on. You know how there's like this whole Canon and Sony war type thing? I don't care. You know, if you give me a Canon camera, or if I bought a Canon camera, buy a lens, and the image looks good, you know, I'm not complaining. As long as it looks good. My reason was I liked the body. I liked the form factor. It was tiny. It was full frame. Did I ever shoot anything with moonlight? No. Not at all. Not even close to it. I didn't shoot anything with moonlight, which was, I guess, the reason that I wanted it or convinced me. But I have shot low light stuff, like with vlogs and everything. It's come in handy, but do I really use it? No, not really. Whatever. If I'm shooting an interview and all I have is, you know, the lights of the room, then yeah, it's gonna come in handy, and that's gonna actually, you know, help me out because I can, you know, brighten it up. So like, for example, I shoot for a company called Scaling Retail, okay? And I can show these videos because they're posted up. So, I believe this is a good one. So, with one light, with just this Sony, basically you can get an image quality that looks like this. This is one light, the Sony camera. It's in 4K, super clean. Her skin tone, I didn't use any picture profile. It's just straight out of the camera. And, you know, she's lit from this side from natural daylight coming in from her right. And then the light is literally just right here in front of her. And she's evenly lit. So with one light, this camera, it looks good. I think it looks great. You know, and I could crop in because it's 4K and whatnot. If I needed more light, then I can bust up the ISO, and this camera can handle it. This was shot on the 24-70. I'm actually very far away from her, and I can zoom in. Actually, I shot this wide. So I shot like maybe 50. So she's actually like, you could actually see more of her, but since her face is in focus, I manually focus. You can actually crop in and her face will still be clear because it's 4K. So, you know, I definitely recommend 4K if you're going to shoot interviews or something like this. And having that range of lenses, it's really going to help you out in the long run. I mean, I could have shot this on a Canon and her color might be better. Apparently they have better, was it color science or whatever? But this looks good. It looks natural. When I shoot my YouTube videos, it looks natural. I also do things like interviews that I can show. I have another camera and another lens that I use, but breaking that down, that would be like another $1,800, another 2K. So the computer, so actually, you know what? Let's talk about the battery. This battery right here is just, I don't know how old it is. I think it's like 7 years old. And I can highly recommend Anker as a trusty battery source. You know, you can find these off-brand battery, what are they called? External batteries. But it's like, you know, sometimes you pay for a name brand and you get what you get, you know? And with this brand, I can definitely say that it's reliable and I would keep using it. So I recommend Anker. You know, the battery lasts. So the laptop, you know, I didn't start getting problems with my laptop until like maybe year 4 or 5. And I guess you kind of expect that with Apple. The products, they kind of, after a 5-year span, it's kind of time to upgrade. And I've just been using the hell out of this computer, having it plugged up to the wall constantly all day, editing and exporting videos took a toll on it, maybe faster. And because of that, the graphics, I get these kind of like red blips, meaning that the graphics of the card they're kind of messing up. When I open up Final Cut, you can kind of see some pixelation and I can't really do anything about it. But if I actually upgraded it to what it was supposed to be, I think I would still be good for another couple of years. But I think now it's time for an upgrade. But for me personally, editing, I think Apple's probably the most secure. And I bought Final Cut Pro, whereas if you purchase like the whole Adobe suite, you have to pay for that monthly. And I think that's like $500 a year or maybe more. I don't know. I just think it's bullshit, to be totally honest. For me personally, editing, I paid for Photoshop and Lightroom for photos, for thumbnails. That's like $20 a month. I can live with that. Final Cut, I think it's like $300. Just as good as Premiere, just as good as DaVinci Resolve. That's another editing program. They're all the same. Let's be honest here. They're all the same. I edit on all three. It's the same shit. Just a different layout and look. So, yeah. $2,900 for a computer. Well worth it. I need another one because work's starting to get a little busy. AirPods, $200 for headphones seems like a lot, but they can cut off the room noise. They're noise canceling. $200 for noise canceling. Very nice if you want to go out, edit in a coffee shop, chill out, listen to some music while you're editing or organizing your footage. I recommend AirPods for, people out there on the go. Very nice headphones, very worth the price. They're on sale now, I think, actually, and that's more than I can ask for. Here at home, I edit with these $50 headphones. I don't need any more than that. As long as I can hear out the left and right side, we're good to go. Mavic 2, I don't see myself upgrading at all. I'm not going to upgrade my drone. Even if the 3 comes out, I'm set on this particular drone for until it burns out, crashes. I don't know. I'm not going to keep up with this. I'm not going to keep going with the trends of upgrade. There's a reason that I want to upgrade my camera, and the reason I want to upgrade my camera is, so I don't think I have one right here, but this Sony, here's one downside of this $2,500 camera. Okay, the one downside of this $2,500 camera is the battery. Now, I want to find one. Where did I? Hold on, let me see if I can go grab a battery really quick. Okay, so what I'm talking about is this camera battery for this $2,500 camera. Wedding filmmakers, people who do interviews, sometimes they might have 12 of these batteries. Okay, why do they have 12 batteries while I have 3? Well, for one, I use the external. I always have 2 charging, so on and so forth. That's what it is. But for my camera, this is the battery, okay? This is a very tiny battery, okay? Very tiny. Fits in the palm of my hand, okay? This battery does not last an hour. When I'm shooting for 30 minutes, this shit already dies on me. It literally dies on me within 30 minutes. I'm shooting a conference. This isn't the best camera to shoot that with. I make it work, obviously, but it's annoying. I want to sell this camera I want to sell my $2,500 camera for the $3,500 newer version that has a battery that's twice the size and it lasts. That's the one thing I can definitely recommend on the newer Sony cameras. I can recommend them because the batteries are bigger and better. They listen to everybody. They understood that this camera is amazing. You can shoot amazing stuff, but you're limited. Okay? You can shoot feature films on cameras like this Sony, but can you imagine having to get a dummy battery, hooking this up to something bigger, and then there you go. You gotta literally change out the battery or kit it out and use a bigger battery, which is like too much. So, yeah, that's my one little issue with this. I probably will sell this camera, but the nice thing is, if I sell the camera, I got a bigger battery to look forward to. So, now I think I was talking about the drone, how I won't upgrade that. It's just too good. Let's see. iPhone. You know, I want to upgrade my iPhone every year. I like, seeing what they do with it, seeing how the camera changes, what's better. And I'll probably keep upgrading it, but I don't see myself actually, using the iPhone as a main camera. Do I see it for B-roll? Yeah, I could use it for B-roll, BTS, whatever, behind the scenes, but I'm not going to make it a main camera. That's just too much. Tripod, when I'm doing interviews and stuff, I'll be honest, this tripod head does not work. This doesn't work for me. You got to buy something that's a little more stable, that's going to lock in place. That'll work. Tascams, if you can invest in two. At one point I had, a handheld microphone that I was using for clients, and it didn't really work out. And, having the same two mics, they're small form factor, they're easy to use. I recommend it. And yeah, that's what I would keep using. So I definitely recommend them. $200. If you're shooting an interview for like $1,000, you've already paid it off. You know what I mean? You got $600 left over. Super easy. The bag, it has an easy form factor, I'll be honest. It's easy to use. Do I see myself walking around with it though everywhere when I'm shooting? I'm not really sure. I know it'd be easier to put my camera and stuff in. I'll have to try it out. I'll have to try it out. I remember my professor started to weirdly flex the power of iPhones. Not phones, but specifically iPhones. And we had access to a local rental company. Ooh, that's so weird, man. Why would they do that? What iPhone was it at the time too? Because it's like now we have the wide camera and all this stuff. Before it was just like one little fixed lens. Like they got pushy with iPhones and we were like, huh? Yeah, that's a little out there. They never did that with at my school. Which is, I think it was the first iPhone with multiple cams. Okay, so that makes sense. That's very interesting. I never heard of that. Real quick, what budget do you want me to build a kit? That's something though, man. I've never heard of a teacher do that. The only thing that my teachers said were, don't worry about all these different camera lenses. Like, don't worry about primes. Try to get a lens that has like every lens in it. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, then I'm always gonna stick with that. It doesn't really matter that all lenses are not created equal, but if you get a good lens with multiple lenses in it, you don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. Let's try 1K. Okay, cool. I'm almost broken down. I could understand that, but a prime is a prime. Yeah, I mean, you get that nice bokeh, I could get a prime and you guys wouldn't be able to see the background and stuff, but it's like, so 1K budget, but what is this for? What's the 1K budget for? Is it for documentaries? Is it for interviews? Is it for everything? Is it for this? For Twitch too? Like, give me something specific. Is it for vlogging? Let's say it's for YouTube. Okay. Okay, for YouTube. Alright. So, breaking down the rest of this, I'm just going to break down my bag real quick and then my light. And then we'll build a 1K kit. Let me see. I have a website kit. That's not. For YouTube. $1K budget. Why isn't this website working? Ooh, maybe this website doesn't work anymore. Ah, okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, it does. Okay, so kit. Sign in. Sure. Create new kit. 1K kit. Okay, so last up is my Aperture 120D. I can literally use this for anything that I create. Documentaries, interviews, one light dome, perfect. This light cost me $700. This light dome is so easy to set up. They've updated it now where you can really it just literally pops open. This one you have to like manually pop it into the rim or whatever, and it's blown up. And yeah, I'm back. I had to help my Nani with her phone. No worries, bro. We're just chilling. We're vibing out. We're just talking about gear. Moses just gave me a 1K kit for YouTube, so I'm going to build that out. And yeah, I use this dome for everything. It's literally paid itself off. And I think it's probably, this brand has been around for a while. I bought this when maybe they've been out for a couple years at the time. They were kind of blowing up in the YouTube space and everything. YouTubers were using this. They've blown up even more now. So their lights now are definitely better. So I'm not sure if I want to repair or just rebuy the light because this dome will work on it. So I'm debating it. The light lasted me maybe 5 to 7 years. I don't remember when I bought it, but it was a while ago. So the brand is really good. I recommend it. Aperture, if you guys don't know, this is what's lighting me right now. And all it is literally aimed at the wall with the dome up. And that soft light is hitting the wall, and then it's coming onto me, and it's a little bit softer. It's not harsh, so that's why it looks good. I would recommend this. So right now, this portion of the video, so everything ended up costing me $11K. All this stuff. Well, not everything, but all my gear that I use to this day for interviews or whatever. I did the math. It came out to $11,500. I have none of that on credit cards or anything. It paid itself off even if I did use credit cards. So yeah, that's kind of a lot. We're going to make a 1K kit. We're using kit.co. That's what it's here for. Basically, I can, search for any product, but we're going to add let's see. We're going to add a kit here. This website, I use this website. I thought it would be useful, but it's whatever. It hasn't been that useful. Like, this is, you can basically, you know, talk about all the gear you have on this website, kind of keep track of it. See, this is a little, it's a little old because I used to use the Osmo Pocket. I used to use this instead of my light. So like, there's a bunch of different stuff on here that I used to use in this kit. 28? Oh man, it says I'm 28 here. I'm actually 29. So yeah, it's been a while since I've used this. But this is a good website to kind of keep track of your stuff. So let's go back. Here's the 1K kit. We've got no products in here. And let's start editing this kit. So, kit name, 1K kit. What's this kit about? Chat wants me to build a new kit. So, we're going to go to Amazon. Actually, guys, we're going to go to B&H. I really like B&H. You know, this is going to sound crazy. Of course, you want the newest camera. You want a new camera. You know, you don't want to buy something that's used because it's like very sketchy. But my lens is used. And it's, all I had was one little scratch on it. And they took off like $200. Okay? Used gear, there's nothing wrong with used gear. Nothing at all. Refurbished for the win. Damn right. So, we're going to go with Sony. We're going to do Sony cameras, obviously, because I am invested in Sony. We're going to look at mirrorless cameras, and we're going to look at the cheapest mirrorless camera. We might not go full frame. Look at this. This camera is already $1,000. So for YouTube, what do I want for YouTube? A6100. $1,000. We're already like just already at it. So how much was the $798? That's brand new. A6400, $1,000, which is interesting to me. Let's look at a camera that already has a fixed lens. Already has a lens. It's $700. Sony Cybershot. Which one's this one? So any of these Sony cameras, like the Cybershot RX100, these are good. These are really good. Cameras be expensive. What if I want to go Canon? Fuck it. Let's do Canon. Let's see what they got. T2, not T2. What are they on? T7? Let's check out Canon. I don't want to be, let's do DSLR. Let's do body only. T8i. So they're on the T8i. SL3. Okay, so SL3, that's 600. I know, bro. I'm trying to find it. Let's see. It's stuff is a lot. So for YouTube, what do we need for YouTube? To make YouTube videos, you need a good mic. Okay, let's see. Camera. 1K kit. You need a camera, lens, mic, tripod. What do I use for? I think that's pretty much it, honestly. You need a light. I say a light. Yeah, right, a light. Fuck, a 1K kit is... Let me think. Yeah, a light. Okay. We're gonna find a ring light, because that's easy. You could use whatever dummy little tripod. I'm just gonna write shit tripod. Doesn't matter as long as it has legs. So we need a camera, a lens, and a mic. So let me see something. RX 103 for $600. Does the screen on this flip up? Okay, the screen on this flips up. So we've got a camera and a lens, 24 to 70 millimeter equivalent. Let's go here. These are good cameras. If you're shooting YouTube videos and you're static and you're talking, I think it'll work. So image. Why do I gotta add an image? Whatever, leave me alone. Okay, so we got the Sony RX3, which you could probably find. Let me see, used. So you're gonna be shooting at 1080p, which is fine. For the most part, I re-upload these, and it's 720p. Do people care? No. I wouldn't add editing software for this kit. It's hard enough already. Yeah, I know. It's almost like you wanted to make my life difficult. And this camera can be used for streaming as well with a cam link. So next up, let's find a light. Let's just do everything on B&H. Boom, we got a ring light right here. 27 reviews, 97, 27. 169 though? I feel like that's like too much. But why go cheap, you know what I mean? Why go cheap? 169, we're at 598. Let me see this budget real quick. Let me calculate this. Editing software GarageBand, editing software Nintendo PictoChat. Imagine, that's actually what I added on now. So let's see. Editing software Inglés sin barreras. Okay, 598. We're not gonna add tax to this. We're at 767. 767. Okay, this isn't including a tripod or a light. But I feel like Amazon, actually, you know what? Scratch that light. So we're gonna look at this aperture light. It's $90, bright as shit. If you bounce this off the wall, you're good. So we've got a $90 light plus our $600 camera. We've just cut a lot of that shit out. So 598 plus 598 plus 90, we're at 688. We still need a tripod. You don't need, look at this. Amazon Basics lightweight tripod, 17 bucks. Look at that. It takes a Canon DSLR. That's all you need. 17 bucks for a tripod. Plus 17. We're at 705. We've got a light camera. 705. Audio is what's going to really change it. Seven. We've got 7. So the Tascam, fuck it. Honestly, I would pay 200 bucks for this. I would add this to my kit. So we're at plus 200. We're at 905 for this kit. So let's build this out real quick. $584. Okay, look, we got a deal right here. It already comes with a card. Oh, this, wait, hold up. Got a deal right here. $598, $584. You get a card. Hell yeah, and you get 2 batteries and a bag. Okay, we're coming up right here. All right, so let's add this. So let's say this is 600. That card does look sketch, but you're only recording in 1080p. So it might be fine. Also, we're saving money. So we might actually be able to buy another card though. We're going to add, let's add the tripod. So check this out. We're going to be a little ghetto here. Okay. We're going to be a little ghetto. So we're going to buy 2 of these tripods. One for the light and one for the camera itself. So we've got 2 tripods. This is going to be around 40 bucks. $40. Okay. Ooh. Is this 1? No, it's 1. Or is it 2? Is it 2? No, okay, it's just 1. But we got a deal here. Get a little bag with it for 90 bucks. Yes. We're looking good here. $90. Whenever I see a deal like that, I always think, okay, now what's wrong with this? What mic do you use? What mic do I use for this kit or for this right here? What I'm talking to, Super, how are you, man? So yeah, I mean, I'll get a card right now. Let's not worry about the card. For this right here, for the kit, I'm gonna use a Tascam. We're gonna go Tascam. Which Spider-Man did you watch? Okay, so Tascam. Right now I'm using the Rode NTB USB microphone to talk into. Into the Multiverse. That's such a good movie, man. Probably the best Spider-Man movie still. Now let's add a card. $18 for 64. That's really all you need. Bagel. So, how much was this one? How much was this card? About 20 bucks? Specs confuse the F out of me. They are confusing. Okay, so this is our kit. How much was this? Why did I... This was $584. So, check this out. So we're spending $584 plus 40 plus 90 plus 200 plus 20. $934. Okay? We spent $934 on this kit. Now, let's say we want like a light stand. How much is that? 32 bucks. So, I can honestly recommend light stands as tripods as well. I mean, it's a tripod, right? So 32 bucks for a 2-pack. Versus, what was it? 17, 34, you might save $1. So I would say buy 2 of these instead of 2 of these. And save money there, even though it's $1 or $2, whatever. And yeah, we're at $934 for this 1K kit. So this can be used for streaming because of, you can actually hook this camera up. But yeah, if you're doing in-studio stuff, you can use this camera, you know, for talking heads, possibly get B-roll. You can light really well with these aperture lights. I have a little one. I don't know where it's at, but this is like the newest version. It's bright. This is bright. You can literally light yourself with just this one light, $90 light. If I had 3 of those lights right here in front of me, I could use that instead of this light for YouTube and for this. So that's pretty much the 1K kit. Anything you guys don't like on here that's kind of like, ooh, ew. Like you don't need a fancy tripod. Like, I get it's ugly, but if you're like, I would just want to make YouTube content, go for it. Who cares? You showing us your equipment for the adult movies you shoot? Yeah. Yeah, so we're breaking down what you need to make an adult movie. He already did. Yeah, I already broke it down. I'm making a 1K kit for adult films. So if you're interested in that, you know, definitely, you know, stick around. So this is 1K for that. Sweet. Got to get all the angles too, yeah. One camera is good enough for the angles. So this is a 1K kit. Do you guys want to see? Do you guys want me to break down another kit or anything? Watch the VOD. How are you guys feeling? How are you doing? How are you doing, Chris? What's up, man? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you could send me something. Hey, forgot to add these guys in here. Would you say a 1K streamer kit would be different? $1K streamer kit. Yes. Yes, it would. But as far as like, so I wouldn't buy these for a 1K streamer kit. It depends because, so right now my camera, you know the pole that hooks your monitors, my camera's on that pole with a small rig clamp. It's clamped on. So I don't really need the mounts. But right here I have a table mount that can hook up a light. So, oh man, but you also need a yeah, a kit would be different. You know why? Yeah, you need a different microphone. You would need a different mic, and it would be actually cheaper. The microphone would be different. So, let me check my Discord really quick. Okay, you sent me computer specs. Okay, so I'm not really too sure on the 3050 Ti, but that's clearly better than the graphics cards that I have. The 8-core processor, that looks like a new AMD Ryzen processor. I think that is actually... Where did I see that being talked about? Sorry guys, we're gonna go back. We're gonna kind of dive into something else really quick. So it's the 5000 series, which is, I believe, the latest and greatest. CPU wise, these chips really are just monsters, but the GPU just isn't the same level. Hopefully with the next mobile GPU upgrades. Super, let's look at how this plays Doom. 30 FPS at 1080p. That's not bad, but it's also not the greatest. I think it's that GPU in there, the 3050 Ti, that's really not helping the processor out. 60 FPS. I mean, obviously you're not going to play Doom, but I mean, it looks pretty smooth. Yeah, of course it looks smooth because we're used to like 24 FPS, you know. I'm not saying that you need the 60 FPS or anything like that for gaming. Also, I don't know how high these settings are. Lurk here. Anywhere. Have a great stream, friend. Bill Sort Games. Here, there, everywhere. Have a great stream, friend. Got you up. Hey, thanks, man, for popping a tab. Appreciate that. Nah, man, I need at least 6,000 frames to enjoy a game. Thank you so much for the biddies. Bill Sort Games. Appreciate you, man. I'm on a budget. Super, if you want to, like, for me to look at computers for you, I'm more than welcome to look through computers for you and with you. You just gotta tell me the budget. You know what I mean? What's the budget? And I can kind of like look. This is playable, but you also have to consider, okay? You also have to consider that when you're playing this game, then you're streaming, that's more pressure on everything. So you got to really think about that too, you know what I mean? 1K is a good budget. The one I sent Jay is normally 1,100, but it's on offer for 900. I'd have to do more research. Like, this doesn't look bad. Because you're going to have Streamlabs open, you're going to have, you know, the game open, then the processor's running, and then you're running this game. It's a lot. Link me the laptop. Can you link me the laptop? Because for a thousand, that's not bad. For 1,000, that's not bad. It's the Delph G15 gaming AMD. Richter's favorite game. I know. Okay. So, I think we want to build a kit for All right, so we're gonna build a new kit for where am I at? So new kit for 1K stream kit. Chat wants a kit for streaming. So we're gonna take the same camera. We're gonna add some of these light stands real quick. You could buy the cheapest gaga stands for this. Let me see. This, okay. What is this, 15 bucks? Let's say you want to get 2 of these bad boys. So 2 of these. Let's say it's 30 bucks. $30. Okay, perfect. I got the link, Super. I got the link. So I'll look at that. I'll check that out. And message you back. So we've got that. Where's this kit? View profile. Stream kit. So we're gonna add the camera. Sony RX, whatever. Let's see. So what you want to do is you're going to obviously plug this camera into your computer so the battery doesn't die as fast. Let's do this. Add to kit. Adding, kind of taking forever there. Okay. So we've got this. I think I'm having some ideas here. So let me see something here. 5. Let's say we're at 600 with the camera, plus 30, plus 180. Okay, we're at 810. 810 if we get 2 of these. Okay. 810. Save that. 810. When you could actually only buy, you could buy 1 of these. But we're going to go with 2. Streaming setups be complicated. Yeah, they do. So we're going to type in cam link. Don't need this shit. This is good. $16. Let's do $16 here. Now we need a mic. Let me edit this. This is going to be 180. We've added some buffer because the camera's like 580, so I did like tags and stuff. So next up, we need a microphone. Okay, microphone. These are good. I recommend Blue Snowball. This isn't a sponsored video. So Blue Snowball, very good. $50. Comes with a stand. You could prop it up. It would probably be like a little bit lower, but you can always raise the audio, talk into it, whatever. 50 bucks. So you've already got your computer and all that stuff. And this would be the 1K kit. I think this is everything that you need. Am I missing anything? Let's say this is 60. So we've got 2 lights, camera. Let me see. So we've got 30 plus 600 plus 180 plus 16 plus 60. We're at $886. So you still got some room here. Basically, the rest of the stuff you'll need is probably under 20 bucks. You need the cable that's going to go from the HDMI port of the camera to the capture card. That's like less than 20 bucks. Honestly, so we're like, we're sitting on like $900. $900 for a streaming kit. You can have 2 lights right here aimed on you and the camera's right here. Honestly, I might buy this right now. No, I'm just kidding. And then you have a microphone that's really good quality. I've had this microphone before. I can vouch. I'm gonna kind of put them on blast. Churros had a Blue Snowball. That was one that he used. Moza, I believe, uses a Blue Snowball as well. So the mic quality is very good. So docs the card right now, 2 things. It's a chunker. It is a chunker. But yeah, so this is the 1K kit. It's actually $900. You still have 100 left over. Go grab some food after you set all this shit up. Is there another kit that we'd like to break down? Anything else? This isn't a bad kit. I'm actually pretty happy with how this kit turned out. Cop that ring right there too while you're at, yeah, right? Let me get this. Oh, it went away. How much are Blue Snowball? So this one was $60 on sale for $50 right now. So 10% off. But if you get a white one, check this out, it's $40. So even cheaper. Black is greater than white. Wait, no, I'm just kidding. If I get a laptop, I might get one too. Yeah, man, I definitely recommend it. Pause. The black one does look cool though. I think at the time when I bought it, it was just white. Is there another amount of kit that we'd like to see? I'm gonna go to the restroom there really quick. Okay, so I'm back. $500? We're gonna have to like storm eBay. You should try your dream kit. What cam do y'all use? Well, besides Moza, this motherfucker uses a $500 one. Fight me. Jay uses a 3K one. Let's go, Moza. Lurk. Okay, I get that. Help a broke homie out. Damn, a phone can do a lot for you. I'm curious. I have the adapter. I have the adapter for my iPhone, so I could actually connect my iPhone and see how that looks. Calls Iggy, so Iggy, giving Iggy your address, be right back, laughing my ass off. My phone sucks though. You won't know till you try, Super. It's true, Super. If you were to actually use your phone, if you light yourself properly, that might be it. If you light yourself properly, maybe next time I stream, I'll use my iPhone, see how that looks with the light and everything. It's an iPhone 7, trust me, it's not great. It's the lights, man, I'm telling you. Lights make a difference. Like, I'll try out my cam. Fuck me, I gotta get lights too. So let's see. Buying a lamp real quick? A lamp would break. So $500. Man, that's like straight up some eBay stuff. Let me see if I can even like kind of comprehend if we can like pop up a cam. You know what? You know what? We could do 500. Let me see. Okay, let's do a $500 build. Let's do a $500. And then after that, I'll do my dream build. So, we're on eBay. We're looking at Canon. Canon. Is this for streaming? Yeah, I think that's what Puffa meant, right? For streaming? Ayo, no, I can't do that. They'll say it's romantic, and you know how auntie be. True. Okay, so let's look at these kits. T3i, very good camera, has great video. Let me see. What's wrong with this camera? Used, an item has been used recently. The item may have some signs of cosmetic wear, but is fully operational and functions as intended. This item may be a floor model or store return that has been used. So, right here already, we're stepping it up. We got a DSLR 145. 145. We've already got a lens. We've already got a lens on it. 18 to 55. That's going to be pretty wide, even though it's cropped. So 145. We're already at 145. So let's see if I can actually like make this kit. Add. Oh, no, wait, close. We got a 1K kit, 1K stream kit. Now we're going to make a $500 kit. Broke ass. No, I'm just kidding. $500 kit. So, and I have a Canon T2i. So, I know I'm usually Sony, but Canon's good as well. I have a T2i, and I can hook that up for stream just to show you that the quality's good. No, keep going with the broke ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So, we've got a Canon T3i on eBay. We're going to assume that the video on it works. I don't see why I wouldn't. So we're at 145. That's good. Is that going to just show up as eBay? There we go. Add to kit. Canon T3i. So we're adding that. Looks good. Looks good. All right, now what we can do to be extra, let's say you don't have a monitor, okay? Where, it's not gonna show like my shit, right? Okay, let's say you don't have a monitor or something, you need to stand it up. Desk mount. No, let's do light mount. So you can get 2 for 41. Where's the cheapest one? I think there was one for 15, right? Let me see something. What is it? Light mount desk. So 216. Didn't we just find one for 15? Yeah, here we go. Look, 15. So we can buy. You need a light too, right? So we're gonna get 3 of these. 3. So that's around 45. Okay. I don't need this window. So we're at 45. So 45. 45, 15, 15. Okay. That's very confusing, Super. So, you're confusing me right now. So we've got that. Now we're gonna, let's see. So we're at 145 plus, what was it, 45? We're at 190 right now. Okay. Let's do the cam link. The cheap cam link. 15 bucks. $15. Let's do two of these. So that's going to be $180. $180. $180. Okay. Let me look at this kit really quick. $500 stream kit. Can I look at this? No. Share later. Okay. No thanks. Okay, so we've got camera, mounts for the camera and the lights, cam link, the lights itself. What else, am I missing something? What else am I missing? The lights, camera. You've already got a lens. Shit. Is that it? So let's look at it. Let's see. Super, we can look up specs for that really quick. 3050 Ti versus 2060. Actually, we need the laptop 2060. Okay, so here are both of the GPUs that are going to be in the laptop. So it looks like the 2060 is better versus the 3050 Ti, because I mean the 3050's got to be under the 3060, right? So it's going to be super. It's going to be 20% faster speed, average score, better lighting plus 11%, better reflection 24, much faster multi-rendering. So it looks like it's better. You're getting higher FPS. The 3050 Ti is more recent, but that's all it has going for it. So the mobile 2060 does the same as a GTX 1660. Can run games at 30 to 40 FPS. This website is very useful for this stuff. I don't think so. I think they're coming out with discrete cards. Oh, okay. Hopefully this helps a little bit. This website's GPUsbenchmark.com. AMD Ryzen. Let's see. 5800. There we go. So they both have 8 cores. Slightly better PUBG. So I mean, you could look at FPS here, 306, 318. It's really not that different. You know, as far as gameplay, it looks like 140, 130. It's basically the same. It's not too much. It's not really that far off. Faster single core speed, faster quad core speed. Okay, that's actually different. The single core and dual core, but it's like plus 8%. It's not too crazy. It's more recent, the 5800. Much newer manufacturing, so I guess the Intel's like a little bit older. Don't use benchmark to check for CPUs. They're terribly biased towards Intel. Wait, they're biased, but the AMD one right here, it's saying it's better. This is CPU. AMD's looking better right here, though. Can't be biased, man. Okay, so, Puffa, here's your $500 kit. So we've got a Canon T3i, 3 light stands, capture card. This, let's see what we're coming out with. So we've got 145 plus 45 plus 20 plus 180. Yo, we're looking at $300 for this streaming kit. That gives you 2 lights, a camera with a lens, and the capture card. So you've got $110 left over. So let's add in the $20 for the HDMI cable to the capture card. You're at $410. You got 90 bucks. Yo, we can buy hella G Fuel with the leftover. No, seriously, you can actually buy a lot of G Fuel with the leftover. I mean, that's a $500 kit. That's very, very convenient. Very. It's not bad. For $410. And these are high quality lights as well. They're going to last you forever. I have that same capture card. I have a cam link and the same capture card that you have. Also, no batteries. Did this camera come with a... Did this camera have batteries in the kit? Is there a link to this? Let's see if it came with batteries. Yep, came with 2 batteries, it looks like. So perfect. So that's good. I can leave links for this kit in the Discord somewhere. I'll leave that. So it's pretty useful. So do we want to do the big kit, the big boy kit that I'd like to do? Dan, want to DM me the link for the kit? Dream kit, dream kit, dream kit, dream kit. Okay. So, is my dream kit that crazy? Probably not, honestly. But we're gonna do it anyways. So this is if I could buy whatever I wanted today. So, let's see. New kit. Dream kit. I'm gonna make this kit if I wanted to use, like, have interviews and stuff. Dream kit for the camera, 10K plus, better be. So, Super, before you got in here, man, and I think everybody, I don't know if you guys heard, but I said that I spent 6K on all my gear. I ended up doing the math. I actually have spent $11,500 on gear. That is mind-blowing to me because I have no debt from it. No debt at all. Everything paid itself off. What's up, Richter? How you doing, man? My stream's going good, man. We're talking about kits. We're making stream kits. We've done a 1K YouTube kit if you want to make YouTube videos, a 1K stream kit, a $500 stream kit. Right now, we're going to do the dream kit if I were to literally be able to spend any amount of money on whatever I wanted, you know, to kind of, you know, create content. I just woke up feeling like a zombie. GG's Richter. Ate so much pizza last night, feeling weird. Super. Third, I want some pizza. Okay, so dream kit, guys. Look at my face. So, I think we're going to make this dream kit, and then that'll be it for today. If you want to rewatch this episode, it'll be up on the second YouTube channel, and you can look at the kits. I'll figure out what I'm going to do as far as linking these kits or cleaning them up, actually, to kind of, you know, help out if anybody wants to reuse this information and start buying from it. So, let's go shopping. Guys, I'm rocking the Sony a7S II. They just came out with the Sony a7S III. It's a beast of a camera. We got a flip out screen. We shoot 4K. We're looking good. But since there's no budget here, we're going to add a G Master lens. Very, very high quality. 16 to 35. Probably one of the best lenses out there. So, let's just go with the camera body. I'll get the prices later. We'll save the price for last. Sony a7S III. Here, hold up. Let me see if this goes with this. A7S III. Okay. We're going to go with the G Master. G Master, you know what? We're going to go with the upgraded version of the lens that I have now. It's going to be a 2.8. That's 2,000. Let's see what it is. It's $2,200 itself. $2,200 for a lens. Add to kit. It's getting pricey. Guys, about to end. GG. No. We're going to be here for a minute creating this kit. I was going to ask that before but I forgot to say it. Okay. So we've got the lens. So the Sony takes a different type of card. Not the regular. So I spent $100 on my SD card. The Sony cameras, they take different cards that are very expensive. And they're Sony brand. Check this out. So one card from Sony, 160 gigs, is $390. And if I could, I would buy 2 of these. So we've got 2 of these cards for $390. Whereas, check this out. That's $390. I have a 260 gigabyte card for $60 or $100. So I'm paying triple the amount for a card. Why 2? Get 3, right? But it has 2 card slots. So that's why I would get 2. So far we're already looking pretty pricey here. Let's get a tripod. No, you know what? We've got to get batteries for this bad boy. Sony a7S III batteries. These guys are expensive. I'm going to need 3 at the minimum. They're $80 each. Actually, I might only need 2 because the battery's actually good. So I'm going to get 2 of these. So I would only get 1 more. Okay. Let's look at tripods really quick. I don't think tripods I need anything too crazy. Actually, no, this is the tripod that I would get, actually. Don't listen to me. So I would get this tripod. This tripod's $349. Actually, let me see something. I actually do want to buy this tripod. $600 for a tripod? So we've got a tripod now. All right, later, man. I got to head to work. Puffa, thank you so much for joining, man. I appreciate you. Have a good day at work, and I'll catch you later, bro. Let's see. So we've got tripod. Let's add a light to this. I'm always going to stick with 120. I'm always going to stick with an aperture light. But let's go with the big boy. We're going to go with the 300D. This light is super bright, can be used for anything, super versatile. This light itself is going to be 300. I mean, it's going to be not 300. It's going to be $1,000. Okay? We're going to add the light. You can literally light anything with this. I need a light dome. Let's see, light dome. So the light dome itself is going to be around 200. Let's add that in here. Peace, Puffa. Have a good shift. I'm gonna grab some food. Go grab some food, man. So we've got the light. We've got the camera. We've got the light. We've got the tripod. We got batteries. We got the cards, lens. So we've got everything that's gonna make the shoot look nice. It's gonna look nice. It's gonna look crisp, clear. Lighting's gonna be on point. We've got that one bright ass light. Okay, so we are going to add the computer. Let's build a MacBook. No, so in an ideal world, I'm not working on a laptop. Okay? I'm working on an iMac. This is gonna get shit done. We've already went through the specs, but I'm gonna build it out anyways. I'm gonna do nano texture glass. I don't want the sun on my screen. Highest processor, 10 cores. We're going to add RAM later, but for the sake of it, let's say I was gonna buy off of here, so let's do 64 gigs of RAM. Max out the graphics card. Add a 1 terabyte hard drive, so we're looking at $4,700 for a computer. $4,700. That's insane. Okay. So, as far as, because I already own like all my editing programs and stuff, so this would be the dream kit, I think, for me personally. I've got the tripod. Oh wait, I have to add audio in there because that's what I would be. I need audio. Why did I go to YouTube? So, I would add these Taz cams, which are $200 but give good audio. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Oh, my drone, duh. We're gonna add a... Man, I wish I was rich. Yeah, me too, Super. I can't wait for the end amount. Dude, the end amount's gonna be insane. So, Mavic Pro 2. Is that a Pro controller? So stupid. Okay. I don't even see my drone in here. Mavic 2 zoom combo. I don't have the zoom, but let's just use the zoom. Mavic Air. Let's just use the zoom combo because it's the same amount. So we've got 3 batteries in total, extra stuff, and a bag. So we're gonna add this to it. This was 17. Just so I don't have to go back and look. So this was 17 because it's an old drone. So am I missing anything else? Got my drone. Got this. Should I add my bag to it? I can add my bag to it. Because that's a good... I need a bag. So the bag is around $400. Let me see. All right. I think that's it. Don't forget the hog cam. Oh man. We'll make a setup for hog cam later. Okay. So I think I've got everything. I believe so. So let's start adding the prices in and then we'll tally it up. This camera body's 35. I'm not gonna include tax, but I mean we can all imagine, right? 35. Ooh, actually, so with the lens, let me see. Through 70, 20 for the 70. Let's see how much this is. 2200. I'm just gonna go off the highest price, even if it's on sale. So we're looking at 2200. You'll never need another lens though when you invest in a lens like this. How much were these? I'm gonna get 2 of these. Where's the link? Why is it so complicated? So 390. We're looking at 2 of them. That's gonna be, I'm fucking terrible at math. So like 780, right? Yeah, 780. Got that right. Okay. 780 for 2 cards. These batteries are going to be 160 since I'm getting 2. This tripod is 600. This light itself is 1100. The dome itself is around 3. The iMac, 47. This is 2. Let's see. This was $17.99. This was 4. Okay. Let's tally up the numbers here. 3,500 for the camera body, 2,200 for the lens, 780 for the 2 cards, 160 for the batteries, 600 for the tripod, 1,100 for the light, 300 for the light dome, 4,700 for the iMac, 200 for the Taz cams. Actually, it's 400 for the Taz cams because I need 2. Plus $17.99 plus 400. We're looking at a whopping $1,600 for my dream kit. $1,600. That's a ton. I could buy a car. That's insane. $1,600 for this whole kit. pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie. Which is crazy. I need a stretch. $1,600, guys, for this whole kit, my whole dream kit. I want it. I'm gonna buy it all right now. I'm gonna buy it all. I'm gonna buy all this stuff right now for $16,000. It's insane. Insane. So that, I think, is it for stream, guys. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. If you missed out on the whole stream, it'll be uploaded on YouTube. You can find it in the Twitch VODs. I hope we learned something today about gear. There are so many different ranges of gears of gear that you can buy. Prices vary. You can go really high, you can go really low. If you guys have any more questions, hit me up on Discord. And yeah, that's it for the video. We're gonna find a homie to raid. Thank you so much for making this an awesome stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We're going to find a homie to raid. Alright guys, we're gonna go raid the homie Ring. Again, thank you guys so much for an awesome stream. My name is Jonathan Cabrera. I make content on YouTube. I'm a filmmaker. And if you like this stuff, you can follow me at YouTube. And you can find me here on Twitch for more content like this. Be sure to hit the follow button on Twitch and hit that subscribe button for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, Super. I appreciate it, man. I'll see you later.